You think you're doing financially well, but what if you're completely off? Let's be honest, most of us might be lying to ourselves. But don't worry, the only way to know is taking a look at the data. So in this video, we're going to calculate your true net worth and stop the anxiety and know exactly where you truly land. I'm Stephanie, ex-CPA and now mindset coach, and I help you shift from feeling anxious to feeling in control of your money. So stay with me to the end because knowing these numbers is the difference between worrying about retirement and feeling like you finally got this. Before we dive into the numbers, we have to address the biggest mistake: confusing income with wealth. According to the US Census, the median household income in the US is $83,000 a year. This median income is the midpoint, meaning 50% of households make more and 50% make less. But here's the thing, your income is only the starting point. Wealth is what you learn to manage, keep, and multiply. I've worked with high earners making $500,000 a year and who are secretly broke and living paycheck to paycheck. They spend it all on car leases, big houses, and lifestyle upgrades. Every dollar that comes in goes right back out. So while income matters, it is not the real scoreboard. The real one is net worth, which is everything you own minus everything you owe. This is the truest reflection of financial progress. Let's look at the data. Net worth isn't flat across all ages. It should grow as you build equity and grow those retirement accounts. And this is where you can see how you truly compare. We need to look at two numbers: average, the tall green bar, and median, the dark number. The median is the most important. It means half your peers have more than this and half have less. It's the most realistic benchmark. So 20s to 30s, the building years. If you are in your 20s, the median net worth is just $7,638. If you have an emergency fund and a small 401k, you're likely already ahead of the game. For those of you in your 30s, the median jumps to $35,649. If you have more than that, congratulations. You are already ahead of 50% of your peers. Now let's take a look at the 40s and 50s. By your 40s, the median is $125,370. This is a critical time. So if you're behind, this is your wake-up call. And if you're ahead, you are proving the power of compounding. Now look at this jump in the 50s. The median is now $288,263. This represents the power of consistent long-term investing finally kicking in. And now the peak of your wealth, the 60s. The median net worth in America for this age group is $439,154. Remember, this is just a reference point. If you are below or above any of these numbers and are not happy about it, then you can always reevaluate your financial goals and come up with a new plan. Yes, hitting these financial marks are important. However, I do want to point out the importance of looking at your entire life as a whole. If you're constantly saving and investing, but never taking a moment to experience all of life's joys and connect with others, then what are you actually doing it all for? For example, if you're 35 and you have $80,000 in your net worth, you might feel behind, especially comparing yourself to the displays of wealth we often see on social media. But looking at the median, you're actually doing better than most of your peers. We want to get really clear on what wealth and being rich means to us. According to a survey conducted by Charles Schwab, they asked participants what it takes to feel wealthy or financially comfortable, and the answers varied wildly by generation. So to feel wealthy, Gen Z thinks they need 1.7 million. Millennials and Gen X say 2.1 million, and boomers feel like they need 2.8 million. And as for financially comfortable, Gen Z needs $329,000, millennials need $843,000, Gen X needs a little less at $783,000, while boomers need over 943,000. As you can see, there's a huge difference between Gen Z and boomers. So, what does this tell us? It proves that wealth isn't just a destination, it's a mindset and belief. You could hit that $2.8 million mark, but if you're constantly chasing a higher number, but you don't have good relationships, your health, or control over your time, are you truly living a rich life? The constant pursuit of a purely numerical definition of wealth, especially if it's based off of what you see on social media, that leads to an endless treadmill. You're always going to be chasing. Growing up as the daughter of immigrants, I used to view wealth as more about less worrying about bills and the ability to buy more material possessions. But now, as I've experienced milestones in life and have grown, to me, it now means more about freedom and how I spend my time and my peace of mind and having the choice of how I spend my money. Which brings me to the 3 foundational things you need to master in order to build true wealth that may bring more peace of mind than the actual number on the screen. So, number 1, eliminating debt. It's honestly so hard to do anything when high interest debt is sucking the life out of your paycheck. Credit card balances have now crossed $1 trillion, and the average interest rate is 21% or higher. This is the biggest hurdle to overcome on your personal finance journey. So come up with a plan to pay down your high interest debt fast to relieve that financial pressure. If you are managing to stay out of high interest debt or you are aggressively paying it off, you are already doing better than most households. You are buying back your freedom. Number 2, emergency fund. 35% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. What does that mean? That means a flat tire or an unexpected emergency room visit could send 1 in 3 Americans into chaos. This is why financial experts stress an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. It's about having the peace of mind that you'll be okay in case of an unforeseeable event. Work on this and it'll help you sleep better at night. And number 3, investment. Savings alone won't make you wealthy. It just keeps you from going broke or deeper into debt. To actually build wealth, your money has to actively grow. Only 58% of Americans own stocks. This means nearly half the country isn't participating in the wealth building machine of the stock market. A $10,000 emergency fund is safety, right? But a $10,000 investment portfolio is like planting a seed that, with time and consistency, compounds into a tree that starts giving fruit. So when you compare yourself financially, don't just ask, how much do I make? Or how much do I think I need? Instead, ask yourself, what is my net worth relative to my age? Do I have enough emergency savings? Am I investing consistently? And how much high interest debt do I carry? These are the real markers of financial health and the foundation of building true wealth. Most people compare themselves to the loud, lavish, rich lifestyles they see on social media, but those are often secretly held together by debt. And those who are chasing an arbitrary number, it may never bring them true fulfillment. So real wealth doesn't show off, and those who are truly wealthy don't need that outside validation. So if you have no credit card debt, a solid emergency fund, and you are investing consistently, congratulations, because you are already doing better than most Americans. You are slowly and surely building true sustainable freedom. So here's my challenge to you. Stop comparing yourself to the loud, flashy things you see online, and instead use these averages and these numbers as your guide. If you're doing better, keep accelerating. If you're behind, now you know exactly where to focus first: debt, savings, or investing. If you're wondering why a quiet, wealthy lifestyle benefits you, watch this next video that pops up here.